Greetings and salutations. Today, we look back at the top 10 animated Christmas specials from the 90s and the 2000s. Well, mostly cartoons that I enjoy. For this list, I'll be looking at 5 from each decade to make it fair. So let's get this list started.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Number 10, Olive the Other Reindeer. This was a film about a Russell Terrier dog named Olive, voiced by Drew Barrymore, who plans to make her way to North Pole after hearing how Santa is going to have to cancel Christmas and needs help from all of the other reindeer. And anyway, she meets a lot of other characters that on her journey to the North Pole, whether it is a con artist penguin and a very angry mailman who does not like the holidays at all, played by Dan Castellanti.
We're breaking the cycle of despair. By next year, people will have forgotten about Christmas.
What's the matter with Christmas?
The matter? The matter?
In the summertime, the delivering's so easy. My bag is light and the world is fresh, but by autumn I'm getting queasy.
And this is going to be a very bit of a surprise for you. Do you know who produced this film? Well, this is going to be a very bit of a shocker. Matt Groening of The Simpsons. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, looking back at this film, I actually kind of enjoy it. It's one that is, has its charm. It's one that would always show up on, the Cartoon Network, and always around the holiday season, they would just appear on, come on. Let's move on to number 9.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Pinky and the Brain Christmas from 1995. When it comes to Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, they would do holiday-based episodes like Pinky and the Brain Christmas, in which, you know what they always do.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Well, in this special, Brain wants to take over the world by using Santa's workshop. But, in a way, he decides not to go with it after Pinky has forgotten to send his letter to Santa. His, Christmas letter. And when Brain is reading the letter that he wants to send to Santa, oh my gosh, it is it would give you tears. And you're probably thinking, say, Pinky and the Brain will cause you to cry? Well, yeah.
He is honest and very hardworking, and only wants what's best for the world. But he gets no reward. He is only greeted with defeat. He never gives up, but I know it must be very hard. So please, take anything that you had for me and give it to my best friend in the whole world, the Brain.
Heck, especially when you won an Emmy. You can even hear the sadness in both Maurice LaMarche and Rob Paulson's voices. And, yeah, I know it's just two little mice that are just, cartoon characters. But you can really hear, that cracks in their voice.
Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Joy to the world. Yes.
From how, it's getting to them. Let's look at number 8.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
South Park Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics. Yes, I know I'm spotlighting South Park, but, when you think about it, although, the special isn't really for families, you did get the vibes that we would have gotten from, something like, say, Rankin Bass specials that we probably would have gotten from growing up. I mean, yes, they didn't come out in the 90s, but, anyone, would have remembered the Rankin Bass specials. Probably Trey Parker probably saw them and thought, these are memorable. Why don't we try to make something that's more...
In the love inside of you, 'cause he's a piece of poo. Sometimes he's nutty, sometimes he's corny. He can be brown or greenish brown. But if you eat fiber on Christmas Eve, he might come to your town. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me, I love you.
And, it's still, even though it's, a talking poo and all that, it's kind of funny. It's enjoyable, I think. Let's look at number 7.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Christmas with the Joker. This one might be strange in that I'm spotlighting an episode of Batman the Animated Series. Well, this was the first episode with the appearance of the Joker, who will be voiced by Mark Hamill. The episode does have great visuals to it. The introduction to Batman smells.
Jingle bells, Batman smelt, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost the wheel, and the Joker got away.
And yes, I know you're probably going to say yes, it is silly and probably not the greatest, example of the show. But it's the holidays, and especially you gotta remember that Batman smells. It was everywhere as a child. Everyone was singing it, and whenever someone was just trying to make up their own version of Christmas songs, because they were probably just sick and tired of hearing Frosty or something like that. You'd always hear that.
Crashing through the roof in a one-horse open tree, busting out I go, laughing all the way.
But let's move on to number 6.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Versus Santa Claus. We all remember Dexter's Lab, right? A show about a young boy genius who has a laboratory in his bedroom that his parents, he doesn't want them to know about. Well, in this episode, Dexter tries to prove to his sister, Dee Dee, that Santa is just his dad. Well, besides, trying to get physical, a picture of the big man himself.
Now come on, take off that beard so I can get a picture.
Ho ho!
He not only does that, but he decides to chase Santa Claus into the sky and, try to shoot him down. Yeah, it gets pretty intense, I suppose. But, he even tries to shave his beard. Yeah, this episode is pretty memorable, all things together. I mean, it might not have the, the love and the family and all that kind of Christmassy vibes, but it's memorable. Let's move on to number 5.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
And now we're into the 2000s, I suppose. Donald Duck, Christmas Carol, Bah Humduck. One can never go wrong with adapting A Christmas Carol to things like Looney Tunes. The story for this one is that Daffy Duck owns a mall and wants it open on Christmas, whereas everyone, the basis for Christmas Carol was everyone wants to have the day off of it. So the ghosts of Christmas, past, present, and future, all try to get him to get him straight as an arrow in a way. What makes it work is it's similar to what makes Mickey's A Christmas Carol work in that, like saying Porky Pig, Big and Dad, or having, like, say, young Scrooge.
I don't want to stay here. I just want a family. Now I see how you came up with the pathetically ironic name of your store.
Like, Daffy Duck as an orphan and all that, compared to in most versions of the story, Scrooge has a family, and he, most family members aren't really well, in the story, Scrooge has family, but he doesn't really think his family wants to see him and all that. So, I'm getting off the tangent. Let's move on.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
The Legend of Frosty the Snowman from 2005. This story is a sequel to Frosty the Snowman with a new group of friends in which Frosty teaches a group of kids on how to have fun. Principal who has the rules for most of the folks in the community. Yeah, he basically has, like, say, a curfew for the people in the community. Yeah, the character is that just tight, I guess. Bill Fagerback voices Frosty the Snowman in this version, and it does a pretty good job at it.
Happy birthday!
And the special goes on, you start to care about the characters and even their troubles. Like, the young, Tommy's, I believe his dad is kind of just, thinking about, like, what's going on in life and all that.
Took you so long!
I had a little detour along the way.
Principal Pankley, I believe you have something that doesn't belong to you anymore.
The hat? Fine. You take it. I'm done with it. I'm not a hat guy.
No. The clipboard.
But I think this special is pretty good. It's memorable, I believe. Number 3.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Billy and Mandy Save Christmas. When it comes to dark animated series on Cartoon Network, this is one that is always fun to come back to, with the idea of, what if Santa was bitten by a vampire? And Billy, Mandy, and Grimm have to save Christmas. Heck, the special has Malcolm McDowell as a flamboyant vampire who hates getting dirty. So instead of he's supposedly the head vampire, but they need the head vampire. Yeah, it's just silly. Number 2.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
SpongeBob SquarePants Christmas Who? When it comes to episodes of SpongeBob that are truly memorable, this is one of them, in which the citizens discover Christmas for the first time. The musical moments from it are still worth taking a listen to, since this is early in the show.
People seem a little more brotherly. Here's a special something to you from me.
Even all the trash on Christmas, it smells so sweetly. This Christmas feels like the very first Christmas to me.
I also think that this special truly helps with the perspective of Squidward. And you know, he's willing to do anything he can to see SpongeBob happy after hurting his holiday spirit. And I suppose even as we get older, we all need that little bit of a reminder, I think, you know, of like that joy that we can give to one another. Even in, like, you know, we might not see it. And, you know, those days.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Number 1. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. When it comes to animated TV classics that we all remember at some point, seeing on TV, on Cartoon Network, especially this one came out in the, 2000, well, I say this one is extremely memorable. I mean, you're probably going to have, you know, well, especially if you grew up in the 90s or 2000s, I'm pretty sure most people are probably going to be saying, yeah, I know about this. Then again, most people are just said, oh, it's that song. Or, oh, it's that animated thing. I remember that. Where, say, family Jake Spakenheimer, his grandma gets run over by a reindeer, and everyone is trying to figure out what happened to Grandma. And I do have to say that the musical moments for it, say, Grandma's Killer Fruit Cake.
It was harder than the head of Uncle Bucky. Heavy as a sermon, a preacher lucky. One's enough to give the whole state of Kentucky a great big belly ache. It was denser than a drove barnyard turkeys, tougher than a truckload of all beef jerky, drier than a drought in Albuquerque. Grandma's Killer Fruit Cake.
Yeah, the animation is just a little bit strange, but it's memorable. And the film does have its weird, and I do mean weird, moments for a kid's film. Like, Grandma's gonna sue the pants off the Santa song.
Grandma's gonna sue the pants off the Santa. He knows some lawyers on his side. Grandma's gonna sue the pants off the Santa. Santa's going for a ride. Oh, Lord.
I feel like that'd be say a chain link song that you probably send over so then you don't get it again. But what is your favorite Christmas special that you always go to ever so often, that you always remember, that fills your heart with glee? Is it How the Grinch Stole Christmas? I think that would be on someone's list. But I'll see you next time.